All right, Bill, we've got some exciting action coming up next with the Masters.
That's right. We got the Masters coming up. They're going for their second WOD of the day here. Just want to recap real fast on the top 5 men and women here. Top 5 men, in first place we have Larry Sibler, then Brian Curley, John Holtz, Paul Flores, and rounding out the top 5 is Steve Labotsky. For the women, we got Gabriella Schlitz,
5 minutes to Masters.
Laurie Carver, Heidi Fish, Camille Acton, and 5th we have Mary Catherine Atner. Is that how we said that? Atner? Is that what we were saying?
You got it.
Okay. Just under 5 minutes here, we're going to start the second event for the Masters division. And again, they're all 50 and over, both the men and the women, and they're setting up here for the deadlift. It's going to be a 7-minute, 1-rep max deadlift. And again, most people when they go to the gyms, the vast majority of people at regular Globo gyms, you aren't going to be seeing a whole lot of deadlifting going on. But seeing anyone that's 50 and over doing deadlifts, I don't know, how many have you seen, Justin? There aren't usually too many.
It's not very frequent that occurs.
That's right. And if you look at these, I mean, you see the women coming out right now. Most of the time when the general public thinks deadlifters, they think of these big, meaty, horsey guys. But you look at these women, and they're toned, cut, long. I mean, they look great, and they're going to be out here pulling as much weight as they can, and that's going to be pretty impressive.
Well, you're right about that. Now, Dave, we heard Dave Castro speak earlier that as far as stance or starting position on this deadlift, they can either start with their hands and arms outside of their knees, or they can go with more of a sumo deadlift high pull position where their arms are inside their knees and they've got a really, really wide stance. He did say that either way will be acceptable, but they are going to look for a 1-rep max deadlift. They have a 7-minute time period in which to complete this lift and get to as much as they can in one lift. So
it's going to be interesting to see what they do because they got that that ability to either do the sumo deadlift or the straight deadlift. I don't know. I don't think there will be very many going with the sumo deadlift because how many of them, how many older people deadlift anyway?
Let's introduce the Masters, the 15 women for the deadlift comp. Max load in 7 minutes. Any styles permitted. You can drop it from the top.
Dave's going to go ahead and have these people introduce themselves. Have the ladies start off here.
Susan Wong from North Shore CrossFit.
Karen Carnahan from CrossFit SoCal. What do I got to say?
Your name and
They're so humble.
Mary
all of
Connolly,
them.
CrossFit Rochester.
That's great. They're so humble. Out there pulling all this weight, and they're just super sweet, super humble.
Heidi Fish from Santa Cruz.
she trains out of her garage gym, and she is the one that came in first place.
Body Fit by CrossFit.
And that was Camille Acton.
2 minutes.
MK from Fairfax.
Mary Catherine from Fairfax, Virginia.
Oh, CrossFit Active, Sydney.
CrossFit Active.
And we're not sure who that was.
Kelly.
Oh, Kelly Cars from Providence CrossFit.
Helen, CrossFit Invictus.
Rhonda Pierce from CrossFit Rockford.
Lisa Switzer, CrossFit 714.
Lisa had that great run earlier.
Laurie Carver, Northwest CrossFit.
Overheads.
Gabrielle Schlick, CrossFit Hardcore, Boca Raton, Florida.
And there's our leader.
1 minute.
Now.
1 minute.
Leader. Again, had a great run, great overhead. Now let's see what you can do when it comes to straight. I mean, this is strict strength right here. It's going to be interesting to see what these people can pull.
Well, and keeping in mind that
7 minutes.
Keeping in mind that they're all over the age of 50.
30 seconds.
Just incredible the shape that they're in is just incredible.
Yeah.
And like I say, this is just one component of their entire game. We're going to watch a strength event that they're going to compete in, but you know, you can look at these athletes and tell that they pay.
You don't have to put collars on for this event.
They pay
collars are not required.
A lot of attention to their diet and their nutrition, and they're adding in all of the components that are necessary for a full, well-rounded general physical preparedness regime.
3, 2,
here we go. 7 minutes.
Go.
So it'll be interesting to see where these athletes start. You see some of them grab those red 55-pound plates. Some are going for the blue 44-pound plates. They do have 7 minutes to complete this.
It's going to be interesting to see how many actual attempts they're going to take. You know, maybe a couple warm-ups and then just get into it. You know, warming up beforehand.
Right. You'd think that they were already warmed up, and so when they say 3, 2, 1, go, it's go time. And those blue ones, I was mistaken. They are 45-pound plates. So she's loading up 135 right now. She's going to go back and grab some more. Looking at 225 possibly.
So we've almost gone through 1 minute so far.
Okay, well, there goes 195's going up. We've got about 6 more minutes. Some of these ladies, I'm sure,
had their first rep yet.
attempt.
You know,
265.
265.
Some of these ladies, I'm sure, know exactly where their 1 rep max is, and they feel pretty confident that they can get near to that.
255 attempt. Easy. Stand it up. Lock it up.
255.
Oh, I see a sumo attempt right here.
Okay, that's Heidi Fish. Trains out of her garage gym, and she nails the sumo deadlift right there. Looks like. We just had 255 by Camille Acton. I think that is the highest one so far.
Solid rep. That was a solid rep.
We're about a minute 40 seconds into this 7-minute 1 rep max deadlift attempt. Girls adding some more weight. It seemed like Camille, when she put up the 255, did it rather easily. .245 went up.
What is this, 255 right here? About to see.
245. Laurie Carver, 245 attempt.
Big pull, big pull.
Laurie Carver, 245.
Yeah, didn't get the 245, but Bill, I got to tell you, there are girls in the individual competition that are a lot younger than these competitors that can't pull the same kind of weight.
Exactly. How impressive is that? 50 years old, 50 plus, and they're pulling more than 23, 24, 25-year-olds.
So what you're witnessing here is just, if you're just joining us, welcome to the live broadcast. My name is Justin Judkins from CrossFit Journal, or CrossFit Radio. This is all brought to you by the CrossFit Journal. I'm here with Bill Grunler. He is the owner of CrossFit Inferno, and this is a strict 1 rep max, strict strength event. This is the second WOD of the day, the second workout that these ladies have competed in.
Camille Acton, 260 attempt.
Okay.
260.
So she did get 260 and beat her previous best of 255 on today's lift. I think this is Laurie Carver. And she's going to get...
She pulled it that time.
260, Camille Acton.
260, Camille Acton.
That was a solid, solid lift.
PR.
All right.
And just a second ago, she didn't even pull it off the ground and she tried.
Yeah.
So that was impressive. It's all a matter of where you have that bar.
That was your leader right there that we just saw in the black, Gabrielle Schlick. Sporting a nice tan as any native Boca Ratonian would do. Strong pull. Okay, we're over the halfway mark. We're 4 minutes and 13 seconds into the 7-minute event. When you only have 15 competitors, these heats do go rather fast. Oh, and she just has to stand up with it and nails it. Nice job.
Nice job.
Not sure what that weight was.
Wow, there's a big pull right there. Hard to see what that was.
Oh, these are women's bars, not a regular 45-pound bar. So that's something to keep in mind when you're at home adding things up.
5 minutes, 5 minutes.
Okay, we're at the 5-minute mark, under the 2-minute warning. Just can't get that off the ground. You stand back, regroup, get the mental focus in the right spot before she addresses the bar again.
The great thing about these lifts, and you've seen all these ladies doing, is they're all lifting correctly. They're positioning so well that the weight's either going to come up or it's not going to come up, but they aren't putting themselves in any kind of jeopardy of getting injured, which is what's so important about all the training that all these guys get. You know, all the standards that CrossFit holds and the way that CrossFit teaches all these movements are that they are safe movements, there are functional movements, and they're either going to work or they're not going to work, but you're not going to get injured as long as you stay in those correct positions.
Right.
One minute
just
remaining.
Cannot get that. We're under a minute now at this point. We're about 6:03 in a 7-minute time period.
50 seconds left. Trying to get that last rep.
Okay, throwing on the weight, and they just have to get it done. They're under 40 seconds here.
Come on,
straining hard.
They're trying.
It is important to get at least one lift, even if you got to drop some weight at this point.
Laurie
But get
Carver,
something on the board if you don't have anything yet.
We got an attempt going on right back there. She's pulling it. Nice.
Somebody's going to change technique here and go with that wide stance, a sumo deadlift stance, and just cannot quite get it, but she's almost there. We've got 15 seconds. Those ladies are going to attempt one last pull.
10 seconds.
Taking a deep breath, tightening up the midline, and she says she cannot get it.
3, 2,
so close,
1,
so close.
No.
Time period.
Impressive, though. Look at the weight that was moved by these ladies.
Yeah. And these women are all over 50. Just an amazing accomplishment either way. I mean, like I said, I think some of these women outlifted some of their much younger competitors that will come up in the independent, or I almost said independent, but individual events later on tonight.
I would love to have them go.
245.
So our top lift was 245, 245 pounds.
No, the top one was 260 by Camille Atkins.
Oh, you're right.
275.
75.
Who?
235. Kelly.
Kelly got 235.
270.
It would be amazing to throw these ladies out in some Globo gym somewhere and have them lifting 275 pounds.
245.
Just to see what people's eyes would do at that point.
MK. 260.
Wow. Incredible performance.
220.
220 by Heidi Fisher.
Mary Connolly, 230.
230. Impressive performance.
Karen, 235.
235.
Good job. Give them a round of applause.
Excellent job for those ladies. That was some strong work right there. 7 minutes of just pure strength.
Now you think that you think of a one lift, one rep. 7 minutes is a lot of time, but really,
it really isn't, because it depends how much do you need to creep up to that one rep max, you know?
Right.
245.
So I think the highest was 275. Is that right?
I believe so. That is a crap load of weight.
All by awesome individuals. Great CrossFitters.
Men's competition. Up next, we're going to introduce the men.
Joel Nessa, Palmdale, California.
Okay, it was Helen that just pulled the 275, 275 pounds off the ground. And let's do this. Let's go down to the track right now. Miranda has her lined up to talk to.
Hey guys, I'm here with Helen from CrossFit Invictus. Just pulled 275-pound deadlift. That's amazing. Helen, was that a PR for you?
Oh yeah. The max I did before was 240.
So a 35-pound PR. Were you expecting that today?
I was hoping for 240, to tell you the truth. So I'm very happy with 275, and so I'm I'm happy.
Good. So you just, I mean, you just pulled it. It felt easy. So might as.
It felt really easy today. So you know, like some things are easy and some things aren't. That was easy for me today.
Helen, how long have you been doing CrossFit?
I've been almost 2 years. Almost 2 years, yeah.
So CrossFit for almost 2 years. How old are you? Do you mind me asking how old you are?
I'm 55.
55 years old. What were you doing before?
Oh, I've always stayed fit on my own. I used to do some gym workouts, but nothing like CrossFit. You know, it's totally different.
How do you feel about CrossFit opening up this new Masters division?
From my perspective, it's about time. You know, I think they should have done it, you know, years ago, because I've been doing it for 2 years, and I've always been saying, you know, what about the people over 50? You know, they still have the competitive spirit, and so it's great. It's fabulous.
You guys are totally, truly inspirational, and it's really, really fun to watch. Are you having a good time?
Oh, I'm having a great time, and I think, you know, the thing that most people don't really realize is what you can still do when you're older. Everyone thinks, you know, oh, you're old, you can't do stuff. You can do a lot, and I'm telling you for sure, competition's going to get fiercer every year, so I was very happy to make it to the inaugural, because I'm like, I might not ever make it again.
All right, well, Helen, thank you so much. Thanks for being an inspiration and just getting people fired up about the Masters division this first year. We'll send it back to you guys in the booth. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Miranda. And Helen, congratulations. Incredible job pulling 275 pounds off the deck.